Hello, this is Andy83 and welcome to another video blog from my office. I tried to change the light a little bit to make it less flickery, but now we have the other issues, like, I don't know, when I move the color seems to be changing. I actually bought this thing. Perhaps I'll use that on a later one. Didn't cost that much. Actually, perhaps it costs a lot. I spend much money for these videos so you can enjoy them. Okay. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about the new Resident Evil trailer that has come out, called Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, I made a video already about one thing, and that is that many people, I'll put it on the screen here, many people that like Resident Evil hate a lot about it too. They constantly rant and hate everything, and I don't want to be that type of fan of the franchise. First off, I'm way too old for that, but it gets kind of childish. But I have to be honest with you guys. I've seen the trailer already, and there's a lot of things I don't like about it. Now, could argue that this isn't meant for me, it's meant for a new generation, I guess. But you know, when you make something that is old, you bring that baggage of older fans too, right? But it looks horrible. So what I thought I ought to do is I will to look at it, have a kind of a reaction to it by watching it. But I've already seen it once. It's not like never seen it before. So I'm gonna play it and then have a reaction to it. Here we go. Come on.
Every story has a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
Sony makes a lot of crappy movies. Conspiracy theory.
We need to expose Umbrella. Watch this.
I'm afraid, Claire. I'm afraid of what they're going to do to this town. You see, Umbrella, they have links to it. I'm talking Chernobyl, if you know what I mean. People are getting sick. You gotta help us, Claire. Let the world know what's really going on.
We have to contain this.
Shall we go? What would Umbrella doing here?
This is where they're experimenting on him.
Split up.
Okay. Yeah. No. It looks horrible. So, many people hate the original movie series. I think it's 5 or 6. I think I've seen 5 of them, and the last one, the final chapter, I haven't bothered seeing, and now they're doing a reboot of this with this. And to be honest with you, I think I would have much preferred the original ones. I know people hate them, but at least the first 2, although they weren't like copy paste of the games, they felt kind of like Resident Evil, especially the new ones. You can actually say that you have the original games, and then you have the movies, and then the new ones games came afterwards, and they became more like the movies. I mean, you have, like, for instance, Resident Evil 4 is a reference to the movies with that laser scene, and I'm not gonna bother putting the frames from the Resident Evil 4 game and then comparing it to the Resident Evil movie. You just have to trust me if you don't know what I'm talking about, that there is a laser trap that is in both the game and the movie, and it seems to be like a tribute to the movies. So it seems like Capcom at least recognized the movies. I kind of fell off with the third one when there was like a post-apocalyptic Resident Evil. Spoilers, who cares? But in the third Resident Evil movie, the world has like collapsed, right? And then that's not Resident Evil. That's Dawn of the Dead, right? So I fell off. I kept on watching the 4th and I think the 5th. At that point it gets kind of unclear which movies are which, but there's like, aren't they in Las Vegas in one? And then there's a White House and Wesker's become the president. That's the last one I watched. It seems to be a lot of dust in this room. My maid better start cleaning. There's like a lot of dust. I can't distinct them anymore. But and yes, there's a clone. Yeah, and now I remember it's like Alice gets cloned in one, and it's like an army of Alice. Alice is that Milo Jovovich character, and then there's like in Antarctica. It's all over the place, but you know, it is what it is. It didn't. I think it's more annoying if they actually tried to be closer to the original and failing than whatever they did, because it was like off the walls after that, right? The third one is like, what? That's what they're trying to do here, right? They're trying to make it more closer to the games. At least the trailer seems to indicate that. And of course, why, if they do that, do they change their characters? Like Leon is now Latino. I think Jill is a African American. I don't know. They do that in all movies, and it's annoying, right? Constantly doing this, and it's so tedious. Always, constantly. They don't need to do it over and over again. If they want to diversify Resident Evil, then use the diverse characters. If you want an African American representation, then use that Resident Evil 5 woman Sheba, right? Or make up a new character, right? How difficult could it be? It shouldn't be very difficult. But no, instead of take the established characters and then they make them more, whatever, diverse. But that's the first issue that's like ugh. But there are more, right? It looks really cheap. It looks like made for TV or whatever. It looks very cheap. It looks cheap. That's the thing. Why? Resident Evil movies are actually a big success. That's why there are 5 or 6 of them. I'll have a look how many of those original there are. Resident Evil film franchise. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the originals. Why not make another movie game franchise horror thing like Dead Space or Fear or Silent Hill, I guess. Make another reboot of that. If you don't believe that you're actually going to make money from it. Because that's the only reason why you make low budget horror movies, is because you don't believe in it. Or you believe it will make money but not that much, so you don't spend a lot of money on it. Because it looks really, really bad. And the reason why I laughed during the watch was because of that one zombie. He looks so stupid. Most of them look stupid, but this one looks especially bad. B-movie bad. I don't get it. I don't get why they made this. I'm not gonna go to the cinema to watch this, that's for sure. And it looks like a girl power movie again, right? And again, it's not a problem that you have one movie like that, or 10 movies like that, or 100. It's like every goddamn one. And Resident Evil is actually a well-balanced one, where you can actually usually play as both a male or female hero, right? In Resident Evil 1 was Chris and Jill. Second one was Claire and Leon. And then in the first, the Zero is Rebecca and Cone. And then in the third one it's just Jill, and then the fourth one is just Leon. But you know, it is well balanced, I think, heroes. And it's not like nut cracking, you know, they work side by side. There's no feminism or battle between the sexes or anything like that. But in this movie it looks like Claire is the hero. And then all the other people are like looking around, not knowing up and down. But I don't know. It's too early to tell, of course, but you know. I'm just so tired of all movies are like that, has the same ideology and the same nagging lectures about women can be just as good as men, blah blah blah. In no Resident Evil movie, game, were there any nut cracking scenes as I can remember. You know, they were here, they were helping each other, not fighting each other. Not Jill wasn't like dominating Chris. Claire wasn't dominating Leon, right? There were no dominating. There were no things like that. But again, I don't know. Maybe it's not going to be like that. But it looks cheap. It's very cheap. Claire doesn't look like Claire. I don't know what It looks like they had that G Birkin G thing. I wouldn't be too skeptical about like they seem to be like blending Resident Evil 1 and 2 or 2 or 3 or perhaps all of them into one. And people have like, oh, it can be too much. I don't know. That could work. That could not work. That's not my issue. The issue I have is that Claire seems to be like the only hero. And then, like, I see the picture of this, what I guess is supposed to be the Spencer Mansion, and it looks so small compared to like how it is in the games. It looks so small. Again, it looks cheap. It's sad. Well, that's my opinion. I'm not gonna watch it until, you know, I can get access to it more easily on a streaming service. Disney Plus. No, I don't have a Disney Plus. Bye bye.